Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. As you may have noticed from the title of this video, I am doing a conclusion to the paints that I've used on my channel. These paints are Crawford and Black acrylic paints that are available at the Wicks. I'm not 100% sure where else they are available, but I can imagine they'd be available on Amazon and eBay. So these are the 4 canvassed acrylic pours that I done with PVA glue, which was not the best thing in the world to use for like testing it out, but at the moment this is the only glue that I've had and it hasn't worked as bad. So first things first, what you notice about the paint, that is Crawford and Black paint, is that it's actually really thick and really well pigmented for such a cheap price, which I really thought was quite a good bargain. But then again, you kind of go over this situation of whether or not, if it's cheap, what's wrong with it, you know, like what's the setback? I'm getting a lot of paint here for what, £4, 6 lots of 75ml, what's the setback for that? But they are really well pigmented. Definitely for acrylic pouring, when you use, well, obviously acrylic instead of resin, it's not going to dry as shiny, it's going to dry matte like these. These 4 came out really well in terms of colour and the lineage, especially with the white. I did not think the white would work or set to come out as much as I thought it would, because normally when I use Deco Art titanium white, it doesn't come out that well pigmented, but it did. So I'm very shocked about that. Definitely going back for some more Crawford and Black in acrylic white. When it comes to using Crawford and Black acrylic in acrylic painting, you do have to get the ratios right. So I did around about 60% versus 40% of the PVA glue with a little bit more water than usual, just because even though the paint is rather thick and rather well pigmented, the mixture when you mix it together didn't feel quite right, and I kind of try and get the consistency of warm honey. I think it's the easiest way to explain it. So instead of just adding water and diluting the paint, and then the PVA glue kind of gets diluted but then also sets a little bit quicker, I've noticed, it's easier just to add in a bit more paint, and that seems to ironically make it thinner despite the fact that it's thick paint, if that makes any sense at all. So yeah, that's basically the conclusion of using Crawford and Black. I would definitely be using them again. In terms of techniques, these 3 are all flip cups, whereas this one is a tree ring pour, which funnily enough was my very first tree ring pour. I was very happy with the consistency and how they kind of mixed together, like they didn't muddy at all, which is a pretty good thing. Normally I get muddying from Deco Art, using Deco Art's Americana paints, and like they're pretty pigmented and much more expensive, I would say Supreme acrylic painting brand. But with these didn't muddy as much as I thought. Obviously you're going to get some muddying where like sometimes you don't mix it in properly as much, like there's a couple bits down here, but they kind of sit well together, as in the terms of they don't, it's not so obvious compared to like some muddyings that I have seen. But yes, I can't think of any bad reason why I wouldn't go back to Crawford and Black. One, it's very cheap. I think you can get it 200ml off of Amazon for £2, like £2, compared to the Deco Art, which is normally about £6 for 8 ounces, which is very surprising. And plus that's all the way in America. You can't get any bigger than 200ml, but then again it's cheap, so you can probably buy them all in bulk, and therefore it lasts a lot longer. But I honestly can't think of a reason why I wouldn't go back to Crawford and Black. It's mind-boggling. I can't believe for those of you who are asking, well, is there any way I can make my acrylic pours more not matte and bring the colour back to life, you can use resin or a kind of enamel spray on top of these, which I actually am planning to do later on today, but the video will be up later on. That will give it kind of a sheen and give some of the colour back to the acrylic pours. It's completely natural to get matte acrylic pours. Like a lot of my acrylic pours that I've done in the past, they may seem very shiny and then they'll go down to kind of a matte colour. They do slightly dull, but that's completely natural because that's generally what happens with acrylic pouring in my sense that I've always had. So yeah, If you guys have any questions, please let me know down below. I will give you the best advice I can off of my own brain. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. I hope you did enjoy this video. I hope you find it useful and you might want to try out Crawford Black yourself. If you want to, there is a link down below. It's affiliated, but I literally spend it on more art materials, so do not worry about that. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and I shall see you guys next time. Bye.